The warning light glows on your dashboard. You're running on fumes. Up ahead, a gas station sign flashes a price that seems too good to be true. You pull in and fill the tank. You feel like you've just won a small victory. A few days later, your car starts to cough and sputter on the highway. It lurches. The engine rattles. Then silence. You coast to a dead stop on the shoulder, hazard lights flashing, traffic whizzing past. The feeling of victory is gone. A cold knot of dread sets in. This isn't just a story. It happened last week to over 200 drivers. Families across Colorado were hit. Jan 7th to 8th, 2026. A massive fuel mix-up. Diesel was pumped into regular gasoline cars. People filled up at Costco. People filled up at King Soopers. People filled up at Murphy Express. William Smallwood from Parker. His car would start and die. Start and die. It would not run. He returned to find every pump shut down. Many drivers believe the only number that matters on the pump is the octane rating, 87, 89, 93. While octane is important for preventing engine knock, it's not the whole story, not by a long shot. The real unsung hero in a gallon of high-quality gasoline is something you can't see: the detergent additive package. Think of these detergents as a powerful cleaning crew for the inside of your engine. They are specifically designed to prevent and remove the sticky, carbon-based gunk that builds up on critical components like fuel injectors, intake valves. Without a strong enough dose of these cleaners, your engine slowly suffocates from the inside out. Back in 1995, the Environmental Protection Agency mandated a minimum level of detergent for all gasoline sold in the U.S. This was a good first step, but modern engines are far more sophisticated and sensitive than the cars of the mid-90s. Automakers quickly realized the government's minimum standard wasn't enough to protect their advanced direct injection, turbocharged engines from performance-robbing deposits. So, in 2004, a group of the world's leading car manufacturers came together to create a higher, voluntary standard. General Motors, BMW, Toyota, Honda. They called it top tier, and it has become the gold standard for fuel cleanliness. The difference between minimum detergent gas and top-tier fuel is staggering. A landmark study conducted by AAA put the fuels to the test in a controlled environment simulating 4,000 miles of driving. The results were nothing short of shocking. The engines running on non-top-tier gasoline accumulated 19 times more carbon deposits on their intake valves compared to those running on top-tier fuel. Let that sink in. 19 times more gunk choking your engine. This buildup disrupts the precise fuel spray patterns, leading directly to reduced fuel economy, higher emissions, and a noticeable drop in overall performance and horsepower. Just this past year, in 2025, the same automakers introduced an even more stringent standard called Top Tier Plus, specifically engineered for the latest generation of direct injection engines. This shows a clear, ongoing commitment from the people who build your car. They are practically begging you to use better fuel, not because they sell it, but because they know it's the single best way to protect the complex, high-performance machine you drive. So, if good fuel is so important, why is bad gas still so common? It boils down to three main culprits that can turn a simple fill-up into a costly mistake. The first, and most widespread, is the business strategy of selling gasoline that only meets the bare minimum government requirement for detergents. Independent stations, budget chains looking to compete on price alone will often purchase the cheapest wholesale fuel available. This fuel is perfectly legal, but it lacks the robust additive package found in top-tier blends. Over time, using this gas is like feeding your engine a steady diet of junk food. It slowly clogs its arteries with carbon. The second enemy is physical contamination within the gas station's own infrastructure. Every station stores its fuel in massive underground tanks. Over years and decades, these tanks can corrode, and water from condensation or leaks can seep in and settle at the bottom. Rust particles, dirt, sludge can also accumulate. Stations have filters on their pumps designed to catch this debris, but these filters can fail, get clogged, or be improperly maintained. When a tanker truck arrives to refill the underground tanks, the force of the new fuel being pumped in can stir up all that nasty sediment from the bottom, creating a contaminated slurry that can get pulled right into your car if you fill up at the wrong time. The third and most sinister threat is outright fraud or gross negligence. While thankfully rare, there have been documented cases of stations deliberately mixing gasoline with cheaper, improper substances to stretch their profits. More common than intentional fraud is the kind of catastrophic error we saw in Colorado, where diesel was accidentally delivered into gasoline tanks. This is a supply chain failure, a moment of human error at the terminal or during transport that has devastating consequences for hundreds of unsuspecting drivers down the line. It highlights that the fuel you buy has been on a long journey, with multiple points where a mistake can poison the entire batch. Each of these enemies attacks your car in a different way. Low detergent gas is a slow killer, gradually robbing your engine of its power and efficiency over thousands of miles. Contaminated fuel from a dirty tank can cause an immediate and dramatic failure, leaving you stranded on the side of the road with a multi-thousand-dollar repair bill for a flushed fuel system and new fuel pump. And the rare cases of mix-ups or fraud are like playing Russian roulette at the pump. You are betting your engine's life on the hope that every person in that long supply chain did their job perfectly. For many drivers, that's a risk they don't even know they're taking. When you're standing at the pump, it can feel like all gas brands are created equal, distinguished only by their logo and price. But the research and real-world data tell a very different story. There are clear winners and losers in the fuel quality game. The single most reliable indicator of quality is the top-tier certification. According to recent engineering tests, brands that consistently meet this standard leave behind significantly fewer engine deposits. Shell, Chevron, Mobil, Sinclair. They've built their reputations on delivering a consistent, high-detergent product. One of the biggest myths in the gasoline world is that you have to pay a premium price for high-quality fuel. Money expert Clark Howard has pointed this out for years. Many of the nation's biggest discount gas retailers are proud members of the top-tier program. Costco. Their Kirkland Signature gasoline is top-tier certified. This lets savvy drivers get the best gas for their engine at some of the lowest prices. You don't have to choose between saving money and saving your engine. You can do both. On the flip side, there are brands and types of stations that consistently raise red flags for quality control. While about 1/3 of all gas stations in the U.S. meet the top-tier standard, that leaves a massive 2/3 that do not. Many grocery store fuel programs, independent mom-and-pop stations, certain regional convenience store chains, brands like Circle K and Elan USA. This doesn't mean every fill-up at these stations is bad, but it does mean you're taking a gamble. Ultimately, the brand name on the sign is a powerful clue, but it's the certification that truly matters. A major brand might have a rogue franchisee with poorly maintained tanks, while a spotless independent station might sell excellent fuel. However, the odds are firmly in your favor when you stick with the brands that have committed to the higher top-tier standard. They have invested in a better additive package and agreed to chain of custody and quality control measures. Those measures make them a much safer bet for the long-term health of your vehicle. Knowing the risks is one thing, protecting yourself is another. The good news is that you don't need to be a mechanic to defend your engine from bad gas. You can dramatically reduce your risk by following 3 simple, practical rules every single time you fill up. These habits cost you nothing but a moment of awareness, yet they can save you thousands of dollars in potential repairs down the road. They empower you, the driver, to take control of what goes into your car's most vital system and ensure you're giving it the best fuel possible for a long and healthy life. First, and most importantly, look for the logo. Before you even lift the nozzle, scan the pump for the official top-tier sticker. It's usually a black and red logo, or a blue and green logo. Look for the words, "Top-tier detergent gasoline" on the sticker. This is your single best guarantee that the fuel contains the enhanced level of cleaning agents recommended by major automakers. If you don't see that logo, you have no real assurance of the detergent level beyond the government minimum. Making a habit of finding this logo is the easiest and most effective step you can take to protect your engine from harmful carbon buildup. Second, be aware of your surroundings and avoid filling up when the station's tanks are being refilled. If you pull into a station and see a massive tanker truck with its hoses connected to the underground caps, it's best to drive on to the next one. The process of pumping thousands of gallons of new fuel into the storage tanks violently churns up any water, rust, sediment that has settled at the bottom. This contaminated mixture can then be drawn up by the pumps and sent directly into your vehicle's fuel tank. Waiting an hour after the tanker has left is a good rule of thumb to let everything settle back down. Third, always keep your receipts. This simple piece of paper is your crucial evidence if something goes wrong. If your car starts running poorly or breaks down shortly after a fill-up, the receipt proves exactly where and when you purchased the fuel. It is the first thing a mechanic, your insurance company, or the gas station itself will ask for. You can simply snap a photo of it with your phone or tuck it in your glove compartment. In the event of a widespread contamination issue like the one in Colorado, having that proof of purchase is your ticket to getting your repair costs covered. Without it, you may be left to foot the entire bill yourself. It all comes down to a simple calculation. The 8AA study found a 19-fold increase in engine deposits from bad gas and also found another crucial piece of information. Top-tier, certified gasoline costs just 3 cents more per gallon than the uncertified low-detergent alternative. 3 cents. For a typical 15-gallon fill-up, that's less than 50 cents. People will spend more than that on a cup of coffee, yet hunt for the cheapest gas to save a few pennies, unknowingly putting their multi-thousand-dollar engine at grave risk. The cost of ignoring fuel quality is steep. One bad tank can mean a $1,000 repair bill, but even the slow, creeping damage from low-detergent fuel adds up. The carbon buildup robs you of fuel economy, forcing you to fill up more often. It reduces horsepower. Your car feels sluggish. Failed sensors, clogged fuel injectors, or even catastrophic internal engine damage that can cost more to fix than the car is worth. The pennies saved at the pump are dwarfed by the hundreds or thousands of dollars lost to repairs and inefficiency. Your car is one of the biggest and most important investments you will make in your lifetime. It gets you to work, it takes your kids to school, and connects you to the world. Protecting that investment is common sense. Using high-quality, certified fuel is like giving your engine the preventative medicine it needs to perform at its best for years to come. It's the cheapest insurance policy you can buy against some of the most common and costly automotive problems. The automakers who designed your engine are telling you what it needs. The independent studies have proven the benefits. The choice is yours. So, the next time that fuel light comes on, the decision should be clear. Don't be lured by a price that's a few cents lower. Think about the long game. Take a moment to look for the top-tier logo on the pump. If a tanker is refilling the tanks, just keep driving. And always, always keep your receipt. These small, simple actions are your defense. They are what stand between a smooth, reliable ride and a stalled engine on the side of the road. Don't let a brand's lie about cheap gas kill your engine. Choose wisely, drive safely, and protect your investment.